you'll hear my puppy in the background chewing, and she might rattle the cage, but hopefully she'll behave. We've only got an hour. Yeah, so this restorative, it is, I mean, as much as I'm saying it's for women who do too much, it's a rejuvenating sequence for all people. But because I work with a lot of women, it is, we tend to be holding everyone's space a lot. So this is a great practice to do when you don't feel like you have the energy to get onto your mat. It's like a nurturing, restorative practice, and it soothes your ragged edges. But while you're doing it, I want you to remind yourself of the mantra, as I love myself, it is only a short step to the loving of others. So really, I teach my students and my trainees that in order to be a teacher, you have to be able to hold your own space. But it's the same for if you're in real life with everything. You can't hold the space of others and care for others if you're not caring for yourself. You need to, it's a bit like when you're on an airplane and you're told to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on your children. It's that same thing as well. So this is about really nurturing yourself and giving yourself what it needs. So there is a difference between yin and restorative yoga. Yin yoga and restorative, a lot of it is there's no standing postures, so there's a similarity there, and you're also holding the poses for longer. So there's a similarity there too. Yin is about stretching, or not stretching, it's about stressing the joints. When we do a normal hatha yoga or tantric yoga practice, we're stretching and strengthening the muscles. When you're working with yin, you're really making your joints nice and juicy. But what we're doing tonight is restorative yoga. And restorative yoga is active relaxation. And we're like, as human beings, and especially in the West, we're not very good at that, really, are we? And it's the one that everyone shies away from and goes, oh, I don't want any of that. And went to a yoga class that made me lie down for ages. So it's actually, it's about really being okay with being within yourself. You can feel a little bit vulnerable if you're lying there. But we're gonna really allow you to flow with where you're at. So just be okay with where you're at. So you shouldn't feel any strain. And also you're going to use as many. So I've got so it actually looks a bit rude, this, but and I'm not really religious. I just realised when I lifted it up, I'm like, oh. I was going to say I'm not religious, but it looked like I'm a bit porno as well.
You don't want to be in the one legs forward bend with that between your legs, do you?
Oh, well then. Yes, that's all good for a Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, so you're going to use as many props as you can. When you practice yin, you see a lot of people practicing yin and they're using loads of props. Actually, you're meant to not use props when you're practicing yin, because you're meant to be stretching out everything. We don't want to be stretching out anything. If you feel any strain or stretch, you're really bringing more props up to you. So you're bringing the props to you, you're not bringing yourself to the props. If you feel big strains, it's not so good for you. So that's where we're at. And I'm going to stop speaking so much and we're going to get on with this. So I love this practice, and hopefully you will too. And really just go with it, and it's all fine and dandy. So each pose is going to last up to 5 minutes, and that's going to be a tricky wee number, so having to stay still for that length of time when we're always thinking, oh, okay. So you don't have to control the breath. If you're used to Ashtanga, or you're used to any vinyasa or any of these yang type practices, and we're doing Ujjayi breath, let go of the breath. You're just going to observe it. You're observing your body. Any thoughts or feelings come to you, accept them and set them free. Okay, so we're going to, if you're not near a wall or a wall's not accessible to you, I could say there's sofas behind you, so you can work with sofas or anything like that. We're going to come into the most, this is the most restorative yoga posture there is. It's called Viparati Kanani, which is a legs up the wall position. So I'm going to see if I can demonstrate it here. And you can, if you like, if you feel like you want to prop up your hips, you can prop up your hips by just placing a cushion or something just underneath your hips. And you're going to take your legs up to the sky. If you've got a dressing gown belt or even a yoga belt, let's see if my puppy hasn't stolen it yet. Oh, here we go. A really great way of when you're doing Viparati Kanani is you can tie the belt around the top of your legs here. And it actually stops when you've got your legs up the wall, it stops you having to concentrate from them coming apart. It actually really helps. Okay, so tying your legs up to come into this posture. There we go. Excuse me, Peppy. So you're going to take your legs up the sky, and you can choose. You can choose to have your arms over your head or down by your side. You're really figuring out where you're at. If you've got an eye bag, now Peppy's pushing my, Peppy, will you stop it? Stop getting involved. I used to be a bit like against eye bags. I thought they were quite gimmicky. But when I did my restorative yoga training, I discovered that by placing a weight on your this eyebrow center against your eyes, it actually stimulates the vagus nerve, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system. So get yourself an eye bag, because it actually allows you to sink deeper into Shavasana, because it really does work. But if you don't have an eye bag, that's fine and dandy as well. Okay, so if your legs are up the wall now, close your eyes, just commit to your stillness, find where you're at, make sure you're as comfortable and warm as possible, because you're going to be staying here for up to 5 minutes here. So this is a great one for calming you down. It's also really good for your endocrine system and for all the chemicals in your body, putting balance back in there. And for your digestive system. It's also good for your reproductive system, if you have one. So a wee body scan. So just close your eyes and just observe how your body is feeling today, physically. Is there any tightness anywhere? Just breathe acceptance into where you are. Is there anywhere you need to let go of? Relax your jaw, behind your eyeballs, your forehead, and your scalp. And be aware of your belly breathing. Feel your belly rising and falling, and just observing the breath. So you're not controlling it, just allowing it to come naturally, just like the waves of the sea. Belly breathing's been scientifically proven to help with stress relief as well. So I'm going to stop speaking and just let you have some time. The background noise is my puppy eating some strange things in her crate. So try and practice pratyahara, sense withdrawal. Just let go. This is your time. You can even work with golden thread breath here. So golden thread breath is breathing in through your nose gently and smoothly, and breathing out through your mouth as if you're blowing out a golden thread. So I teach this to my pregnancy yogis. So breathe in through the nose and blow the golden thread out. It really encourages you to lengthen your exhale, which again activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so if you've got your legs tied together, you're going to release the tie of your legs. We're staying with our legs, we're staying against the wall here, and you're taking your feet, your soles of your feet together into Baddha Konasana. So you're placing, so it's round angle pose. Let's see if you can see me. So yeah, your feet are together, and you're just again finding where your arms feel right. And then just committing to stillness. And this is a nice way of just really opening up the channels of your second chakra. Your second chakra is in your pelvic area, Svadhisthana chakra. This is the color orange. It's your joy in life, your creativity, your sexuality, your one-to-one relationships, and your emotions. We're still coming out with that intense full moon in Virgo, which was on Friday, with spring equinox on Sunday. We've moved into Aries season. There's been lots of planetary activity. There's a sense of change in the air. And there's a lot of uncertainty. By really just working with settling into your pelvic bowl. You can even close your eyes and even visualize that with your breath, you're smoothing out your pelvic bowl. Imagine that there is a smooth bowl. You're smoothing out the rough edges. This is where your creativity lies. It's where you store some of your past emotions, things that you hold on to. So let's smooth them out with your breath. Aiming to sink down into the ground and really feel that the earth is supporting you here. You're safe. You're held. There's nothing you need to do and nowhere you need to go. And then from here, you're going to cross your legs. So you're going to cross your legs and again, stay up the wall. And this is just a great way of helping with like a kind of, it's like a hip opening without any, any push or pull effect. Again, it's activating the second chakra. So make sure you're not holding on in the jaw. Sometimes if you're stressed, you hold in your jaw, and the more you hold in the jaw, you're also holding on in the pelvic area. And that's as I said, this is where we hold it, our emotions. Feeling tense or emotional. Our hips kind of close a little bit. Again, just see if there's anywhere you need to let go of. Are you holding on in the shoulders still? Every exhale, just feel yourself. Just letting go, relaxing. And have a small little smile to yourself. It gives you an inner smile. You're going to uncross your legs and cross them the other way. It'll feel even more strange now because you went the way that felt more comfortable. So your tighter hip will go, oh, for goodness sake, what's happening now? Just be okay with where you're at. There's no perfect shape here. There's no perfect form. Now see if you can bring awareness into your heart center. Anahata chakra. Your heart chakra. This is love, compassion, forgiveness towards others and yourself. You can imagine that you're breathing the color green in and out through your heart area. Okay, and then you're going to slowly roll on to one side and gently and carefully pushing yourself back up. So we're moving into one of my favorite restorative poses because it feels like you're getting a bosie, you're getting a hug. If you've got a bolster, that's great. If you've just got loads of cushions, that's fine too. What I do is I get my bolster or loads of cushions, and so I've got a bolster here, and then I'm putting another bolster underneath, or you can put a block. But if you've got loads of cushions, this is what you're doing, because this is child's pose, but it's raised up. So let's see if I can get this lower down so you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, there we go. Right low down, there we go. Okay, so you basically make sure there's a wee space, and then all you're doing is just hugging in. So it just feels like you're getting a hug and you're hugging. It's just so nice. It just makes you feel so safe. So get as many cushions and cozy things, even like getting your duvet and snuggling right in. So snuggle right in as if you're cuddling in. So putting your arms underneath something so you've got this big hug around you. Yeah. And then closing your eyes. Relax your jaw. And again, just feel safe. And know that you're loved. And know that you're enough. You're perfect just as you are. We're all here on different journeys to experience different things. Our soul purposes are different, so our lessons are different. And life's all about choices. You know, so with yoga, we want to bring in self-awareness so we can make wiser choices, clearing our karmic imprints. So forgive yourself for any choices that you've made that weren't so good, but be grateful of the lessons and just know that you did the best that you can at the time. Feel your belly breathing into the cushions or the bolster. And then you're going to turn your head the other way. Yeah, making sure you're not holding on in your jaw or your shoulders. Sinking down. Just enjoying this hug. Receiving love and giving love. Okay, and then preparing to come out of this posture. This looks a bit rude as well. Oh dear, sorry. Oh my goodness. It's like Finbar Saunders and his double entendres tonight. So you're going to get, if you've got a block or if you've got a large book or something, this is what you're going to do here. So this is another thing that I always thought, you know, when I did restorative yoga with other teachers, I was like, oh, this is a bit rubbish. It's not really supporting me. Well, actually, when we're doing downward facing dog, supported downward facing dog with a block. But basically, we're going to be placing our heads here. And again, this part here is stimulating by pressing the pressure here is stimulating the vagus nerve, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system. You know, when children, babies, do bang their heads off of their cots, and you're like, what on earth are they doing? It's called stimming. They're naturally trying to calm themselves down. There you go. So basically it feels weird, but we're not going to be up here doing it for 3 minutes or so. We're only going to do it for a minute or so, but we're really just activating that vagus nerve. So it does feel strange. And I remember when I first did this, I was like, this is pointless. But now you know the science behind it, you'll get involved. Hopefully. So it's kind of like this. So all you want to do is get into downward facing dog. Make sure you're not holding tension in the shoulders. Just find a space that actually you do feel a little bit supported and held. It's not all the weight's not on your hands. You're feeling a little bit of pressure on that third eye. This is Ajna chakra, your wisdom, your intuition, your psychic abilities. It's the color violet or purple. So again, you're stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, resetting, and just stopping that fight or flight. So we're not going to be filled with adrenaline. Okay. And then coming down. The next part to this, we're moving into Pigeon Pose, which is Ekapada Raja Kapotanasana. You're going to get, but we're going to do it supported. So you're going to get lots of cushions and things to support you, because you're going to bend. First of all, we'll bend our right knee. So bending your right knee, bringing it in, and your left leg's out behind you. But you're going to place like cushions or bolsters in front of you. So as much cushions that you want. So and so that you're able to just you're able to be quite held. Let me move this back a little bit. So you can even place cushions underneath your sit bones as well. You're raising yourself up, so there's not much. There's not much stretching going on here. You're just opening up to receive. So get as many cushions. My cat's stealing all my cushions, actually. He's loving life here. So again, get all snuggled in. Your right knee is bent and your left leg's out behind you. You've supported your hips. You've got cushions maybe underneath your bottom. You're cuddling into cushions in front of you. And again, close your eyes and just sink down. And just if there's any discomfort at all, move a little bit and get comfy. With Yin yoga, we get you to stay in these poses, and you can get very uncomfortable, and it teaches you to find comfort in your discomfort. Tonight we're doing active relaxation. There shouldn't be any discomfort. You should feel held and safe. You're just giving yourself to the universe and knowing that it has your back. Just observe the breath going in and out. Okay, you're slowly and gently allowing yourself to come up, and we're going to move into the other side now. So adjusting all your cushions and all. So the best thing is to have as many props as possible for this. I used to be like, oh, I don't do props, and now it's like, I think since 2020 happened, restorative and yin were the yoga. They were the yoga classes that really did help. So really just prop yourself up, make yourself feel supported and comfortable as you can, and then just commit to stillness, feeling your belly rising and falling with the breath. Again, body scan. Is there anywhere you need to let go of? We're lying on our front, so we need to really breathe healing white light into your back body. This is where we receive love energetically. We give love out through the front of our heart chakra. Energetically, we receive love through the back of our heart chakra. So really feel the opening up of your back body. You're open to receive. There's nothing we need to do, nowhere we need to go. This is your time. This is all for you. You deserve this. Okay, and slowly and gently coming back up. Okay, so this next one, I love superheroes. We're doing a superhero pose. It's called superhero pose, Virasana. So Virasana is basically you are sitting with your legs at either sides, and some people's knees or ankles can't handle that. That's actually okay. Don't worry about it. You want to put bolsters and cushions all underneath. But we're going to work with Suktavarasana. So this is the supine position. So you're going to place as many cushions, or you could even do, if you've got bolsters, put as many. You could put 2 up there if you want. I liked 1. If you've got an SI injury, it's quite good to have it right up here. But you know, if you have a little bit of a gap, it's quite nice. And again, if you're coming into, if this is too much for your knees, you're going to come into Baddha Konasana, feet together. Okay, so if anything's shouting at you, listen to it. So if you're in Baddha Konasana, placing cushions under your knees as well. If you're coming into Suktavarasana, you're going to place cushions. You can put as many cushions as you can to prop you up, but also put cushions underneath your arms to hold your arms up so you're not stretching too much in the shoulder area. So I'm going to put loads of cushions here, cushion behind my head. So really, like, give yourself a wee armchair here. Listen to your body. So just taking yourself down until it feels right, until you really feel supported. It should feel good. It shouldn't feel strained or pained. Move into a comfortable, supported position if there is any strain or pain. So I found that when I was doing some of these online restorative classes during lockdown, normally you would teach it and you'd go around and tuck everyone in and make them cozy under blankies. But when you're doing a class, nobody can tuck you in. And it's very much, this is teaching you to be responsible for your self-care. And it sometimes can feel a little bit uncomfortable in that sense. And this is something that I found. I tend to find it easy to look after others. And when I was doing online classes and I was being taught them, I really felt, oh, I've got to take responsibility and tuck myself in and make myself feel supported or make myself feel comfortable. So see where you're at and just take responsibility for your self-care. And it's really, really important. So restorative yoga does that for you as well. So I'll stop speaking and just give you that time. Really relax your jaw here. Feel your eyeballs relaxing. Are you okay, Marie? Is it getting uncomfortable? Yeah, move, that's better, yeah. Okay, you're going to slowly and gently allow yourself to come back up, keeping your legs in Virasana, or you can stay in Baddha Konasana if you've decided to modify there. And all we're going to do is take a gentle twist, looking over our left shoulder. So it's not a deep, deep twist. So just looking over that shoulder and just breathing into your belly. Just letting go of any tension here. Just imagining your spine spiraling equally upwards. Feel invisible string pulling your head up to the heavens. Again, feel your sit bones grounding you. And then back to center, and let's go the other way. Just really, really gentle. Just not just bending deeply in the lumbar area, the lower spine. Just try and imagine that gradual spiral upwards movement. Smoothing the breath out. Okay, and then releasing. So then this next one is really good for this, again, good for your reproductive system or that area, the second chakra. It's also really good for just so many other things, but also because your chin is tucked in, it's giving you a little bit of a slight inversion type thing. So you're balancing chemicals in your body. So it's really good for mild depression as well. So sometimes you can use, it's supported bridge, supported Setu Bandhasana. So you can choose how you're going to do this. You can place loads of cushions under your hips or a bolster. But you can work with a block here, because then you can use each side of the block and see where you're going to go with this, because there's 3 different variations. So you can either go this way here, or you can, if you want a really deep back bend and you're very bendy, do that, but that's not going to feel the greatest. But, I do like, or if you don't feel you want to go up too far, have it flat, so have cushions under this beneath there. I quite like to feel that supported way for you. So you're doing it so you don't feel any stretchy. So actually your hips feel like they're really supported and you're not doing any work here. Try and have your palms facing upwards here as well. And that's just making you open to receive. So you can place blocks, cushions, anything, but this is the way I like to do it. And if you got the block in the right position, you really do feel that you can let go here. So the chin is tucked in. You really feel your belly breathing here as well. And you're really getting this juicy energy. I don't know if that there's such a thing as juicy energy, but tonight let's have juicy energy. Moving into that pelvic area. Really activating the second chakra. You've been feeling a little bit emotional or, you know, a little bit all over the place, so you're not feeling as focused or creative as you usually are. This is just calling it back in. Close your eyes. And where does your energy want to take you? So right now, our chin into her chest, we're activating the fifth chakra, which is in our throat area, through communication chakra, the color blue. We're also activating our third eye here, our sixth chakra, in between your eyebrows, calling in our inner teacher, Vijnamaya Kosha. And of course, first chakra stuff, based at the root of your spine, Muladhara, is the color red. It's safety, security, stability, where you are with the group of family. And the main chakra here that's being activated for balance is your second chakra. And when you're ready, gently and carefully allowing yourself to come down, just allow your body to reset before you roll onto your side and push yourself up. There's no rush. Okay. So before we move into Shavasana, I'm just going to do a breathing technique that's just going to help you deepen into it and bring some balance in. And I know that you probably know this, but I'm going to guide you through it. So Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Again, this is great for stress relief and for just allowing yourself to feel balanced in your mind and your body. So you get your right hand and you're having your right ring finger and your right thumb. And the way you remember at what stage do you block off the nostril, it's after every inhale, you're sealing in the good energy. So I'm going to guide you through the first few rounds and then let you have a few rounds on your own. Okay, make sure your spine is long and your shoulders are back and down. The chin is tucked in slightly. So block off your right nostril with the thumb and breathe slowly, deeply and smoothly through the left. Block it off with your ring finger and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Block it off and breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Walk it off and continue. Do a few rounds on your own. So the next time you breathe out through the left nostril, drop your chin and then breathing in to take your head back up. Okay, so the last part to this, it's supported Shavasana relaxation. So it's called the armchair Shavasana. So armchair Shavasana is amazing. So you're actually setting yourself up to really be supported here. If you don't have bolsters, don't worry. You're just really trying to get as many pillows as you can. I normally have, if you do have bolsters, it's great. You can get cheap bolsters, and I use 2 bolsters at least when I do them. And I never used to think I'd succumb to buying props, but I just love them now. So you're getting that. When you're coming into this supported Shavasana, you're going to put pillows underneath your legs. You're going to have pillows to support your arms, to raise your arms up. So that you're basically, you have to bring the props to you. You're not bringing the props to yourself. Again, you're going to, if you've got an eye bag, amazing. If not, don't worry. But next time, yeah, get one. They're so cheap, but they really allow you to sink deep. So it's almost like an armchair configuration. So you're going to really try and make sure your arms are so that you're not bringing your hands and your arms to the bolsters or anything. You're actually you're bringing them to you. So everything is supported. So pillows under your knees, pillows under your arms, so your shoulders aren't really opening up here. You're really just getting into a comfortable position that you don't need to move out of. Now this Shavasana, armchair Shavasana, for my guys who did the yoga for mental health training, it's their favorite posture now of all time. It's just, if you're ever having a bad day, come into armchair Shavasana. So really make sure you're as comfy and cozy, you're warm, you feel safe and supported, and really just bring yourself into your position. And you're going to relax your feet, relax your legs, your bottom and your pelvis, relax your stomach and your chest, your spine, your shoulder blades, your hands and your arms, your shoulders, back of your neck, your throat, and your jaw, behind your eyeballs, your forehead, and your scalp. So imagine yourself in a beautiful forest with green and soothing colors, with a sparkling pool and waterfall. And imagine that you dive into this pool and then sit on a rock in the warming, soothing sun underneath the waterfall, and allowing the refreshing waters to cascade over your head and your body. Just cleansing you, any worries, stress and tension. Just feeling supported as you're lying on this rock and feel the sun on your skin and the waterfall. Water is refreshing. It's not too cold. And you feel free. You feel connected. You feel completely yourself. You feel washed clean, fresh, and renewed. Now place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. And silently consider this affirmation. I will sit with this feeling of being enough and let it be with me this week. I will sit with this feeling of being enough and let it be with me this week. Just know that you are enough. And being authentically yourself is the best way to be. You're going to call in gratitude. There's something in your life you're grateful for. And the more you bring in gratitude, the more the universe will conspire to help. And I'm grateful for you taking this time to be here tonight with me. So you're going to gently start to make any movements that feel right to you. Coming out of your armchair Shavasana, or you can stay in it. It's all fine and dandy. It's up to you. It's all good. And when you're ready, coming to seated position, and placing your hands in Anjali Mudra. And we're going to end tonight's session with an Om. Here we go. Thank you for practicing yoga with me tonight. Look, my puppy is still, she's still eating her little thing. Look. She's saying hi, Callie.
Aww.
Oh. You're not saying hi? She's too busy.
Hi.
She's too busy. Peppy's been loving life, haven't you, Peppy? You're saying hi. Yeah.
Peppy's face there.
No, he's like, go away. Anyway, I'll put record off.